Hello my dear students, myself Miss Vaishali Dekate. Welcome to my channel. I am teaching you mathematics in standard 7th. Today we are going to start chapter number 9, direct proportion and inverse proportion, in which we are going to see the explanation of direct proportion and we solve the sums from practice set 37. But before that, subscribe my channel by pressing subscribe button at right side and by pressing bell icon also to get my recent videos. Name of our lesson number 9 is direct proportion and inverse proportion. This is part 2 of our textbook. Now let's discuss about direct proportion. In the previous class we have learned how to compare two numbers and write them in the form of ratio. We have seen how to compare it and we have written the two numbers in the form of ratio. Ratio means division. Ratio means fraction. So we have seen this in our 6th standard. Now let us see the example given in the textbook and we will find out the meaning of direct proportion. Example. Look at the picture below. We see the divisions of circle made by its diameter. We can see 4 circles in 4 figures, figure A, B, C, D, and there are the diameters in the circle. So in figure A, we can see one diameter there. Here we can see the one diameter is drawn in between, and due to this one diameter, the circle is divided into two parts. On the left hand side and right hand side, circle is divided into two parts due to one diameter. So one diameter makes two parts of the circle. So do you see any relationship between the number of diameters and number of divisions they give rise to? In figure A, we can see here what is written in figure A. One diameter makes two parts of the circle. Now let us see the second figure, figure B. We can see there are two diameters in the circle, 1 and 2. These two diameters makes four parts. We can see there are four parts of the circle. So two diameter makes four parts of the circle. Now let's see the C figure. In C figure, three diameters are there, 1, 2 and 3. Due to these three diameters, we can see there are 6 parts of the circle, and in last figure we can see 4 diameters are drawn, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This 4 diameter gives rise to 8 parts of the circle. Circle is divided into 8 parts. So in figure D, 4 diameter makes 8 parts of the circle. So number of diameters upon number of division, when we see in first circle, it is diameter, number of diameters is 1 and number of parts are 2. In the second circle, number of diameters are 2 upon number of parts are 4. In the third circle, number of diameters are 3 and number of parts are 6. In the fourth circle, number of diameters are 4 and number of parts are 8. All these ratios are equal. If you cancel the second ratio, in first ratio we cannot do any cancellation, 1 upon 2 will remain as it is. If you cancel the second ratio, what we are going to get, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. Again 1 upon 2 is the answer. If you cancel the third ratio, again we will be getting the answer as 1 upon 2, 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6, like this it is 1 upon 2. When we cancel the fourth ratio, again we will be getting the ratio 1 upon 2, 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. So in all these 4 ratios, the answer is 1 upon 2. That means these ratios are equal. That means number of diameter upon number of divisions of the circle equal to 1 upon 2, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6 and 4 upon 8. Here the ratio of number of diameters to the number of divisions remains constant. This ratio is constant. This is same means what? This is constant. 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2. Every time we are getting 1 upon 2. That means the ratio is constant. So in direct proportion, the ratio of two quantities is constant. And one more thing we have to remember. First we have to remember that the ratio of two quantities remains constant, and second thing, what we can see here, when the number of diameters are increasing, number of parts in which the circle gets divided are also increasing. Correct? Number of divisions are also increasing. This two, here the diameter is 1, parts are 2. Here the diameter is are 2 and the parts are 4. Here the diameters are 3 and the parts are 6. Here the diameters are 4 and parts are 8. That means when the diameters, number of diameters are increasing, their parts of the circle in which it gets divided are also increasing. That means both the quantities are increasing. Both the quantities or both the numbers are increasing. There is increase in both the quantities. Both the quantities are increasing and their ratio is constant. In such type of example, we can say there is a direct proportion. Let us see one more example. Example 2. The number of notebooks that the students of Garment School received is shown in the table below. So, number of children and notebooks they received is given here. First, it was number of children were 15 and they received 90 notebooks. Here we can see number of children are 15 and they received 90 notebooks. Then number of children are 12 and then they received 72 notebooks. Then number of children are 10 and they received 60 notebooks, and then number of children are 5 and then they received 30 notebooks. In this way, the number of children are becoming smaller. That means number of children is decreasing. With that, the number of notebooks are also decreasing. In the previous example, we have seen that the number of diameters are increasing. With that, the number of parts in which the circle get divided are also increasing. Both the numbers are increasing at the same time with same ratio. Here also what we can see, both the number of decreasing at the same time. Let us see their ratio is same or not. See, number of children upon number of notebook. First ratio is 15 upon 90. So if you reduce it, if you cancel it, what you will be getting? 15 ones are 15 and 15 6 are 90. Then second ratio is 12 upon 72. Again let us cancel the ratio. 12 ones are 12, 12 6 are 72. Now third ratio, number of children are 10 and number of notebooks are 60. Let us cancel it. 10 ones are 10, 10 6 are 60. Then it becomes number of children 5 and number of notebooks are 30. So 5 ones are 5 and 5 6 are 30. Every time we get the ratio 1 upon 6. So both the quantities are decreasing at the same time with constant ratio. Ratio is constant, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 6. So in the other word, what we can say? In the other word, the ratio is 1 upon 6, remains same or constant. In the example above, in the previous example, we see that when the number of diameters increases, the number of division also increases. As the number of children decreases, the number of notebook also decreases, it also falls. So both the quantities are increasing at the same time with constant ratio, or both the quantities are decreasing at the same time in the constant ratio. The number of diameters and number of divisions are in the direct proportion, as are the number of students and number of notebooks. So such type of examples are known as direct proportion. So what we can say about the definition of direct proportion? Let us see the definition. Direct proportion is, it's a relation between two quantities such that both the quantities increase at the same time with constant ratio, or both the quantities decrease at the same time with the constant ratio. There should be increase in both the quantities, or there should be decrease in both the quantities, and their ratio, their division is equal, their ratio is constant. Now let's start practice set 37. Question number 1 is, if 7 kg onions cost 140 rupees, how much must we pay for 12 kg onions? Now see, we can see here there is a proportion between the weight of onions and the cost of onions. Okay, we will write here the weight of onions. I write here weight and cost of onion. Now we have to check what type of proportion is there between the weight and cost of onions. First, it is given that the weight of onions is 7 kg and its cost is 140 rupees. And when the weight becomes 12 kg, what will be the cost? We have to find out. Now see children, we can find it out that when the weight is 7, cost is 140. So when the weight increases, automatically cost will also increase. Correct now? When the weight is 7 kg, cost is 140. So when the weight is 12 kg, cost will be more than this 140. So when the weight increases, cost of onions will also be increases. That means what? This is an example of direct proportion that we write here. We start writing here solution. So this is an example of direct proportion we write. Okay. So for 12 kg onions, we have to find their cost. So let us write, we have to imagine that the cost should be X rupees because we don't know the cost. So let us suppose the cost of 12 kg onions be rupees X. Okay. So we write it as rupees X. We don't know the cost, so we have taken it as rupees X. So for 7 kg, we have given 140 rupees. Once again, I am writing here weight and cost. For 7 kg, the cost is 140 rupees. And for 12 kg, we have taken the cost as X rupees. Now see children, as this is an example of direct proportion, their ratio will be equal. Their ratio is constant means what? Their ratio is equal. That means this 7 upon 12 ratio is equal to 140 upon X. 7 upon 12 is equal to 140 upon X. Now how to solve this? We will solve it by cross multiplication method. That means 7 multiplied by X. 7 multiplied by X is equal to 140 multiplied by 12. Numerator of first fraction multiplied by the denominator of second fraction, equal to sign is there. So we put equal to sign. 140 multiplied by 12. Now what we are going to do? We write X as it is on the left hand side. 140 multiplied by 12 as it is on the right hand side. Only I am going to transfer this 7 from left hand side to the right hand side. Left hand side it is multiplied by. When we transfer it on the right hand side, it becomes divide by. So 140 multiplied by 12 divided by 7. Now here we can do the cancellation. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14 and 7 zeros are 0. So X is equal to 20 multiplied by 12. This 20 we are getting here multiplied by 12 and upon 7 totally got cancelled. We are getting upon 1. So when 1 is there in the denominator, it doesn't have any value. So now we can do this multiplication. X is equal to 12 into 20. So 20 into 12. 12 twos are 24 we all know and 12 zeros are 0. That means what? We have taken this X for what? We have taken this X for cost of 12 kg onions. So cost of 12 kg onions we have taken X. That means what? Cost of 12 kg onions is 240 rupees. So we write the answer here. Therefore, the cost of 12 kg onions is 240 rupees. So in this way we can find out the answer by using the direct variation or direct proportion method. As you all can see here, for 7 it is 140. Let us check the ratio. 7 ones are 7, 7 twos are 14 and 7 zeros are 0. That means the ratio is 120. The answer is 1 upon 20. And when we are getting the answer for 12 kg onions, we are getting 240 rupees. So for 12 it is 240. Again check the answer. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24 and 12 zeros are 0. Again the ratio is same, ratio is constant. When the ratio is constant, it is an example of direct proportion, and from the given quantities we can get the idea what type of proportion is there, whether it is direct proportion or inverse proportion. So in this way we can find out the answer. Now see the second question. If 600 rupees buy 15 bunches of feed, how many will 1280 rupees buy? So here again the cost and the number of bunches of feed are given. So let us check what type of proportion is there. So cost of bunches is there and number of bunches of feed is there. So number of bunches I write here. So when the cost is 16 rupees, we get 15 bunches. And when the cost will become 1280 rupees, how many bunches we can get? That means when the cost is less, number of bunches will be less. And when the cost is increasing, number of bunches will also be increasing. So that means what? Both the quantities are increasing at the same time. When the cost is increasing, number of bunches are increasing. When both the quantities are increasing at the same time, this is an example of direct proportion. So we write like this. This is an example of direct proportion. As we have to find out for 1280 rupees how many bunches we can buy. So we don't know the number of bunches. For that we have to take the quantity as x. So let us suppose that we have to imagine it, we have to suppose it. Let us suppose that 1280 rupees buy x bunches of feed. We don't know how many bunches we can buy. So for that, in the beginning we have to take it as x bunches of feed. So for when the cost is 600 rupees, number of bunches 15, and when the cost becomes 1280 rupees, number of bunches will be x. Now see, as this is an example of direct proportion, their ratio is equal. We know that in direct proportion ratio is constant. So that's why we take this ratio 600 upon 1280 is equal to 15 upon x. As this is an example of direct proportion, the ratio of cost is equal to ratio of number of bunches. Now let us solve this. How to solve? We will solve by cross multiplication method. 600 multiplied by x, 600 into x is equal to 1280 multiplied by 15. Now let us transfer this 600 on the right hand side. I write x as it is. 1280 multiplied by 15 as it is, and this 600 transfer on the left hand, from left hand side to the right hand side. It goes in the denominator. That means here it is 600 multiplied by on the left hand side. When we transfer it on the right hand side, it will be divided by 600. Now let us solve this sum. 1 0 cancel with 1 0. 15 ones are 15. 15 fours are 60. Now what we are getting? 128 upon 4. This 15 is totally cancelled. This 60 is getting, 600 is getting cancelled. We are getting 4 here. Now cancel 128 by 4. 4 ones are 4. 4 threes are 12 and 4 twos are 8. 32. X is equal to 32. That means for 1280 rupees we can buy 32 bunches of feed. So Write the answer. Therefore, 32 bunches of feed can be bought with rupees 1280, or 1280 rupees can buy 32 bunches. Now let's see the third question. For 9 cows, 13 kg 500 g, that means 13 kilogram and 500 gram of food supplements are required every day. In the same proportion, how much will be needed for 12 cows? So this is an example about number of cows and weight of food supplements. We have to check the proportion between these two quantities, number of cows and weight. So when the number of cows are 9, the weight of food supplement is 13 kg 500 g. We will convert it totally into the gram because it is in kilogram and gram, so we will convert totally into the gram. We all know 13 kg means 1 kg is 1000 grams, so 13 kg means 13,000 gram plus this 500 gram. This is 13,000. 13 kg means 13,000 gram plus this 500 gram. So answer is equal to 13,500 gram. Okay, 13,500 gram. So 13 kg 500 means 13,500. Now for 9 cows, they require food supplement of 13,500 gram. We have to find for 12 cows how much of food supplement will be required. So children, when the cows are increasing, number of cows of increasing, automatically the food supplement they require will also be increasing. So that means what? This is the example of direct proportion. We start with this. This is an example of direct proportion. We have to find out how much of food supplement will be required by 12 cows. We don't know that. So for this weight of food supplement, we will take it as X. So let us suppose we write this sentence from the question, how much will be needed for 12 cows. So for, let us suppose for 12 cows, food supplement needed is X gram. Okay, we don't know how much they need, so we have taken it as X. So for 9 cows, so number of cows, again I am writing number of cows and weight of food supplement. When the number of cows are 9, weight of food supplement is 13,500 gram. So for 12 cows, we have taken it as X gram. As this is an example of direct proportion, their ratio is equal. That means what? 9 upon 12 is equal to 13,500 upon X. Now we will do the cross multiplication. We will follow the same method. 9 multiplied by X is equal to 13,500 multiplied by 12. This is cross multiplication. Now next step is we will be transferring 9 from left hand side to the right hand side. So X as it is we are writing on left hand side. Then 13,500 multiplied by 12 upon 9. Now we can cancel this 13,500 by 9. We have to divide this 13,500 by 9. If you want, you can do it by division. Otherwise, you can directly cancel it by 9. We have to do it orally. For all the tables should be by-hearted properly. So you have to divide it by 9. 9 ones are 9. 9 ones are 9 because 9 twos are is 18. So 9 ones are 9. We have taken it. 13 minus 9. How much is remaining? It is 4. And then when we write these all these number, so 9 fives are 45. 9 fives are 45 we are getting here. And then these 2 zeros are remaining. So 9 zeros are 0 and 9 zeros are 0. In this way we can cancel here directly, or if you want you can do it by division method. Now we are getting x is equal to 1500 multiplied by 12 because this 9 is totally cancelled. Now 1500 multiplied by 12, this multiplication also we have to do now. 12 zeros are 0, 12 zeros are 0, 12 fives are 60. For 60 we have taken 0 and 6 is carrying. Now 12 ones are 12 and 12 plus 6, that carrying 6. 18, correct? And 18,000 gram we are getting. 18,000 gram means how many kilogram? Let us write now. This x we have taken for 12 cows. So for 12 cows food supplement they needed is x gram, and for x gram we have got the answer as 18,000 gram. So write the answer. Therefore the food supplement needed or required for 12 cows is 18,000 gram. Means what? How many kilo? It is 18 kg. So 18,000 gram means 18 kg. In this way we can complete this question. Fourth question. The cost of 12 quintals of soybean is rupees 36,000. How much will 8 quintals cost? So this is again an example of weight and cost. So 12 quintals soybean cost, 12 quintals of soybean cost 36,000 rupees. We have to find out how much will be the cost of 8 quintals of soybean. We don't know the cost of 8 quintals. So now see children, here the weight is decreasing. First it was 12 quintal. Now we have to find out the cost of 8 quintals of soybean. So weight is decreasing. As the weight is decreasing, automatically its cost will also be decreasing. Correct? When the weight is 12 quintal, cost is 36,000. So when the weight is 8 quintal, cost will be less than 36,000. Cost will get decreasing. That means both the quantities are decreasing at the same time. When both the quantities are decreasing at the same time, again this is an example of direct proportion. This is an example of direct proportion. Again we will be writing. Now let us suppose that the cost of 8 quintals of soybean be x rupees. Okay, rupees x or x rupees. Now we have taken for 8 quintal soybean, their cost is x rupees. So again I am writing weight and cost, this table weight and cost chart I am going to write again. So for 12 quintal it is 36,000, cost is 36,000 rupees. For 8 quintals we have taken x. As this is an example of direct proportion, their ratio is equal. That means what? 12 upon 8 is equal to 36,000 upon x. Now how to solve this? You all know we have to solve it by cross multiplication. 12 multiplied by x is equal to 36,000 multiplied by 8. Now we will transfer this 12 from left hand side to the right hand side. It will be divide by, it will become divide by. Now see x as it is, we have to write 36,000 multiplied by 8 and upon this 12. Now we will cancel this 36,000 by 12. 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36, threes are 12 3s are 36. Now 12 zeros are 0, 12 zeros are 0, 12 zeros are 0. So this 12 is getting cancelled totally. Denominator we are getting 1. X is equal to 3000 multiplied by 8. Now we have to do multiplication. X is equal to 8 zeros are 0, 8 zeros are 0, 8 zeros are 0, 8 3s are 24. So x is equal to, we are getting 24,000. That means what? We are getting the cost of 8 quintals of soybean, which we have taken as x rupees. So write the answer statement now. Therefore, the cost of 8 quintals of soybean is 24,000 rupees. In this way we have to write the answer statement. Question number 5. Two mobiles cost 16,000 rupees. How much money will be required to buy 13 such mobiles? So this is an example about number of mobiles and their cost. So let us check what type of proportion is there. First we will write the number of mobiles. First there are 2 mobiles. For 2 mobiles its cost is 16,000 rupees. Now when the mobiles become 13, that means the number of mobiles are increasing. We have to find out the cost. So see children, when the number of mobiles are increasing, automatically cost will also be increasing. That means what? This is an example of direct variation or direct proportion. We have to find the cost of 13 mobiles. So let us suppose that the cost of 13 mobiles be rupees x. Be x rupees. You can write anything. Now see, again I am writing this chart. So we will write the ratio now. Number of mobiles. I am writing the chart again. And its cost. For 2 mobiles the cost is 16,000 rupees. For 13 mobiles we have taken x. Now as this is the example of direct proportion, the ratio is constant. That means 2 upon 13 is equal to 16,000 upon x. We solve it by cross multiplication. 2 multiplied by x is equal to 16,000 multiplied by 13. Now we transfer this 2 on the left, from left hand side to the right hand side. X as it is I am writing here, then 16,000 multiplied by 13 as it is upon 2. Now cancel this 16,000 by 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 8s are 16, 2 zeros are 0, 2 zeros are 0 and 2 zeros are 0. That means we are getting 8,000 multiplied by 13. Now we have to do this multiplication. 13 8s are x as it is I am writing 13 8s are 104. We all know that. And then 13 zeros are 0, 13 zeros are 0, 13 zeros are 0. This is rupees. So in this way we have got the answer. Write the answer statement. Therefore the cost of 13 mobiles is rupees 1,04,000.
Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.